Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United agenda. And transfer rumors still ongoing. Ten Hag has given a time frame of when and if Manchester United is to sign the player, and also Harry Maguire captaincy as well is on the threat. Join us, please, and like, share, and subscribe. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United agenda. And guys, it has been one of those weekends. I actually let my hair down, to be honest with you, for once. I can't believe I actually say that. Worked, and I went out on Sunday to party. Can you believe that? Mr. B, how you doing, sir? After celebrating the Queen's Jubilee, Mr. B, how are you feeling, sir?
Good man. My second week of my 3 weeks of partying, and then I'll be back under my turtle shell for the next 2 years or so. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying it. I like the sunshine. You know what? The sun's out, so I'm all good, man. I'm all good.
Yeah, it's nice though, isn't it? Because every time I sit there in the morning with sort of Mr. B, if we talk and the weather is nice, Mr. B always go, "Yeah, the sun's out. It's gonna be a good day."
Yeah, I like the sunshine. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather bake, take off, work in a t-shirt and bake all day rather than be walking around with it raining and the wind blowing in people's faces looking like shit.
And I'm on day. Hello, sir. How we doing today? How you feeling?
I'm really in a bad mood today, to be honest. The reason why,
What?
because you hooked up Mr. B with the suit. I've seen the pictures, Mr. B, of your wedding, and you look outstanding. I mean, the sharpness, you know. I just hope it doesn't get out there. So you become the girls' gargan anymore. I thought that was you. I
Here
must
comes the
admit,
gal, them
I must
sugar.
admit, I'm coming to see you soon, Errol, because I want to be suited up as you done to Mr. B, because he looked fantastic. If I don't say
Oh,
myself,
cheers,
you know.
cheers, man.
I do,
To the
yeah.
post,
You
man.
look so sharp, man. Every picture, like Mr. B, every time it goes out, you get 1 or 2 pictures out of say 20. He's in every goddamn picture in the whole album, you know, shining and shining and all this thing. Yeah? Biggest smile ever. Now you look great. You look great. Well done,
Yes,
Errol.
Next thing you're gonna know on Monday is gonna be in that magazine. Look fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
oh man.
Absolutely brilliant. No, but you did look sharp though, Mr. B. And Pat, one of our loyal member, welcome back to the channel, sir. How are we doing today? Try to get all of Pat today. It's quite funny because I think Pat lives in the stick. Pat lives probably near where Rebel lives, where Wi-Fi don't really work that well.
Grid.
It's the grid, yeah. But Pat, welcome back. How you doing today, sir?
I'm not bad at all. You really caught me in a dark spot earlier on trying to talk to me. It wasn't going to happen. I have to say, I'll call you back.
Absolutely brilliant. Seriously though, guys, it's good to be back. It's Monday, and this is probably Saturday and Sunday hard work, but then on a Monday, I just feel sort of Monday 3 o'clock comes in. We have this little conversation. I actually look forward to the shows because now I know we're literally going to be going from Monday to Friday again, unless something serious happen on Saturday and Sunday, and we will be live those days as well. But no, it is sort of nice knowing the company we're going to be sitting in today. It's the agenda, and at the end of the day, we don't have no agenda. We just want to talk football and about Manchester United, and not about Liverpool, our city, just United. So, guys, rumor has it that Captain Maguire, will be having a one-to-one talk with. Oh, sorry, we did the intro, but we didn't put it up. Yeah, Maguire. Whoa, my computer's gone funny there. Sorry, guys, don't know what happened there. To be captain or not to be captain. So, Amanda, would you mind reading these quote out from One Football?
Okay, so they're saying Man United current captain Harry Maguire is set to hold talks with Erik ten Hag regarding his position as captain. The Englishman was appointed the prestigious role when Ashley Young departed for Inter Milan in 2020. It was met with confusion from the majority of fans as he had only just arrived 6 months prior to the appointment. Since then, he has received some of the toughest criticism of his footballing career after the disastrous performances in major matches. Man United are yet to win a trophy since Maguire was assigned as captain's role. The club has also just completed their worst season in the Premiership in terms of points, finishing 6th and failing to secure Champions League football.
Wow, thank you so much for that one on Monday. So guys, we're gonna go into it now, and I want to just ask the question, sort of, when it comes to leadership, we've obviously don't really want to go too far in the past, but when you look at great leaders, and I'm going to look at, say, current player now, and I don't really want to talk about someone like Henderson, great leader on the pitch, on and off the pitch. And he's at Liverpool. Man United at the moment seems like we don't technically have a leader. I don't look at Harry Maguire and look at him as a Manchester United leader. I don't look at him and think he's possessed leadership. He may possess leadership sort of as a senior player, but when it comes to actually wearing the captain band for Manchester United, it is Manchester United. It's sort of the biggest club in world football. I know people say right now current stats doesn't really show that, but we are that big of a club, and you've got someone like Harry Maguire as captain of Manchester United. Mr. B, does he actually fit the criteria of a captain of Manchester United? One, when he first came in from Leicester, and as what the quote says, a lot of people were surprised when he was captain.
Yeah, I was. I didn't think he earned the right to be captain, to be honest. I'm sure there could have been somebody else in the team that they could have picked over him. I don't think he has shown the right sort of leadership skills. The one thing that really, really sticks in my mind was when he slid on the pitch and did this in the England game. We don't give a shit about you playing for England. I'll be honest. I would rather he stank the place out for England and played great for us. But he seemed to take it upon himself to feel that that was what he needed to do. I didn't think it was right personally. My mind, when he came in for the price, I was wondering if maybe he had it in his contract to be captain. I don't know. I didn't understand why he was giving captain over a couple of the players there. Pogba, I'll be honest, I would have given it to Pogba over him. Now, obviously, as time has gone on, Pogba would have been the completely wrong person to have been given it to. But where did the club go from here? You know, we look at a lot of leadership. We say we don't have no leaders. There has to be leaders in the club. There has to be. You know, they don't always have to be the shouty ones. They don't always have to be the ones who, not saying perform the best, but you want somebody who, my captain, I would rather somebody who tried to lead by example. I don't think Harry Maguire does that. So for me, I'm not really keeping Harry Maguire as a captain. How they choose it, I'm not sure. I know there are rumours going around of how it will be chosen, but I'm not 100% sure how they're going to choose it. But for me, I wouldn't be keeping Harry as captain, and I hope that he accepts the decision that Ten Hag makes. What about you, OMONDI?
You know what? I was going to go Pat first, but now you're going to Monday because I wanted to wait for Monday to go last because I wanted to see.
Go Pat. Go Pat.
Go Pat. Go on, Pat.
If you look at the stage of his career when we signed him from Leicester, he was playing beside the likes of Robert Huth, Wes Morgan, very experienced centre defenders who could have literally just told him where to go and what to do while playing beside him. And then all of a sudden he comes to Manchester United. He has 3 sick notes beside him: Bailey, Rojo, Jones, and he has Victor Lindelof to play beside him. And it was a massive jump. There was no transition. There should have been a transition into a captain. I really felt David De Gea should have been the captain, being the longest serving player at the club, and then maybe transitioned over the course of 2 or 3 years to then become Maguire, maybe become the captain. But to give it to him straight away was kind of like, it's just the way the club's been run for the last couple of years. It's just spend big money, throw it at it, and hope for a quick fix and hope it works. And that's what we did, really. We put all the pressure on Maguire, and there was never really a bedding in period for the fella. So I thought it was rushed. I would have liked to see him probably work for it instead of being given it. That's basically my point.
Yeah. On Monday, I know you've been backing Harry Maguire since day one, but I know Mr. B said something earlier, and I've got to utilize it before I get you to go in sort of a bit more with it. And it's almost like Roy Keane have come out before and made a few quotes about, obviously, the whole celebration when he scored for England, what he did, rather than when he sort of like to put in actually a performance for Manchester United as the leader of the club. It is to me. Listen, I'm not here to sort of. I don't want to criticize the guy because I don't know what if there's certain things going on in his personal life and why he's not performing. But when it comes to the football matters on the pitch, for me, I just believe he either, well, like Mr. B always says, he stinks the place out. That's me. That's my opinion as a captain. We were at the Watford game, and when we found out he threw the captain armband on the floor, I said it there and then. He should never be captain of Manchester United. You don't do that. It's unforgiven. OMONDI.
Breathe, OMONDI.
Yeah. I want to grab you by the throat, all three of you, right now, and throw you for this thing. Now, let's be serious now for a minute. Like, I want to be positive about Harry Maguire. 6 months, it said in that quote from One Football, after 6 months, he was given the armband. So fair play. That suggests something good, okay? Because prior to that, we went Ashley Young was captain. Now, we got to ask ourselves, what are the characteristics of being a captain? What makes a good captain? I think it's someone who galvanizes the whole dressing room and the team, and someone who gets, who's a good talker, who can lift people up and, go into the change room at halftime and give it, encouragement and that kind of thing. And I felt, well, maybe he can do that. Let's be real about this. Yeah, the season when we came second, I thought Harry Maguire was outstanding all season. When we lost him, we lost the game against Villarreal. I thought you can go back and look at the shows. I was always rating him highly. I even had Mr. B. His head was turned, at one point. Yes, Mr. B, your head was turned because we were watching game after game, and you have to admit he was playing really well. Now let's look at this. Given the captaincy, maybe he hasn't played at this level. It's a big club, so he's given the captaincy. He's done well in the first in the season. We come second. Then he plays in the Euros and gets them to the final. Scores a brilliant penalty as well in the final, as well as Luke Shaw played really well, scored in the final. Come back and suddenly we sign Ronaldo. Now, I believe that he felt undermined by Ronaldo. How can he go and tell Ronaldo what to do or speak to him in a certain way with that authority? Because the captain has to have a bit of authority. Because Ronaldo would probably just kiss his teeth or something and say, "Who are you?" That's the thing. So he had to have the strength of character to get over that, even though Ronaldo's class as one of the best players of all time, And I think there's maybe he showed a lack of character by not having enough in his locker to sort of stand up to Ronaldo and overcome that, or just not be affected by that, because there's got to be a different leaders on the pitch. He could just say to himself, right, I'm leading the defense. And I'll keep talking, I'll keep doing whatever. I previously knew in the previous season, I saw him go Rashford at one time. Rashford, you can see verbally said F off right back at him. And that's a bit disrespectful because after the game, it would be like, yeah, what are you saying now? That's how it should be, as captain. But so I'm giving him credit. Even Southgate has said recently when he's had a bad form, he picked the side. Southgate said, there's no doubt about it. He has to be in my side for what he's done. Obviously, he's doing something right with England as well. And Southgate sees the value of having to get Harry Maguire in the side as well. World Cup semi-final, Euro final. Harry Maguire was there, a consistent player there. So I believe, there should be a question mark based on what they said in the article. It was been a poor season, the worst season ever, everything else. But also, I believe we need to start giving people a break. We had the incident in Turkey or Greece, wherever he went. He's been under pressure. He gets called slabhead all the time. He's part of this comical memes and all these jokes they have on YouTube. You can find videos of him falling on his ass or headbutting fellow players or doing a spiking people. It happens. What I really want to see now is how he comes back from this, his bounce back ability. Can he say if he has a meeting with the manager now and says, look, there's big question marks. You've watched the show at Man United Agenda. Mr. B's questioning you. Pat Lawless is questioning you. Errol's questioning you. What do you think about that? And if he turned around and he said, well, concede or I'd give it to someone else, then I'd say, you're a loser. And he would regret that. He's got to say, no, I want to fight for this captaincy. Tell me what I need to do, and I will fight for the captaincy. And that's that's where you show true character. Now, if the whole dressing room's against him, and he knows that, then it maybe is a different ball game. But I don't believe they are. I believe they can get behind him. I don't think it's that bad. I just think he needs to step up and say, I'm going to sort this out. I made a lot of mistakes last season. I need to repair it. And I can do that by continuing saying I still want to be the captain and have that character and balls to stand up for himself. And that's what he needs to do.
Monday, You play Saturday football, Sunday football. You've played football at a certain level,
very high level.
It was certainly a lot higher than mine. If you have a captain who is one of the worst performing players on the pitch, are you going to take any notice of him? How long would you have given him?
2 seconds. That's on Monday. On Monday, we start running him.
Because you're a straightforward person. I can't see you having a captain being or performing worse than you are as his centre-back partner and not giving him what he deserves to be given. You understand what I'm saying? You're a strong-minded person. If you've got 11 strong-minded, 10 other strong-minded people in the team, and your captain is the worst performing player in the team, he should be told. Just like you said just now, that you would have done a Roy Keane to a certain man, as in, I'm assuming you're going to let them know how they are if you were captain. So you seeing that your captain is letting the team down week after week after week, how long do you give him? And then you said Rashford said to him, F off. Maybe Rashford's seen enough and just thought, why is this guy telling me anything when he's performing how he's performing?
That's true. So it depends on whether the dressing room's still with him. If the dressing room is still with him, then I think he should keep the captaincy. But if it's gone that far, how are you going to feel coming out next season and you're giving an armband to someone else? How it's going to feel like a major failure to add to all the other stuff. I think for a show of unity, a part of the club, because we are Man United, they should give him the captaincy for next season and say, "Go forward, my young man. Prove everyone wrong." Otherwise, you can destroy characters there and then.
Yeah, but
I don't think
let's be honest.
Monday.
If his character, he's taken enough. Granted, he's had a very, very bad year, social media wise and performance wise. But if he was playing well, he wouldn't be getting any of the abuse he's getting them on. He hasn't played well all season. It hasn't been one game or 2 games or 2 games here and 2 games here. He's played bad every single game he's played this season. Surely his captaincy is up. Surely his time has come.
Yeah, and Mr. B, you said it there as well. And I know what Amonde is saying about, obviously, if he goes in the change room and basically the opportunity is there. Technically speaking, his mindset right now should be sitting there right now. If I was Harry Maguire and my performance has been that bad this season, I surely would walk in and say, you know what, guys, listen, if someone in this change room who think they can do a better job than me, here's your captain armband, take it and lead the team next season. And I'll fight for my position to get that captaincy back, because right now speaking, he doesn't deserve to be captain of Man United just based on his performance. And again, we're talking about Man United. I watched him, little bits and pieces of him for England the other day against Germany and also Italy. And again, it's the same thing with Harry Maguire. He's taken club form into international form again.
I'd like to think that Maguire's conversation he'd have with Eric Ten Hag would be, yes, I'll be your captain. I'll take a by the reins and I'll show you who's boss next year. But you need to sort out that midfield. I'm sick of taking the flak for every one of our poor performances, because that is true. Like, how many times did we go from the counter-attacker football to that pressing football? And I love Scott, I love Fred, but we got exposed, man. Like, again, the kid Sabutio, and he just ran through us. And there was only one man who was going to get blamed every single time, regardless of his poor performances. I'm not taking any of that away. Was Harry Maguire. But he's gonna have to turn around and go, yeah, I can do it. But this is what you're gonna have to do for me. So first of all, sort out your midfield. I'm sick of taking the flak. That's what I'd say.
Sorry, but with that there, Pat, though, could it be part of the reason? Because, right, I watched something regarding surrounding Leicester, and I listened to something Brendan Rodgers said a while back when they were talking about the reason and how they play when Harry Maguire was there. Because obviously, playing with Harry Maguire, you couldn't play a high line. And the conversation he was having, it's almost like they were protecting Leicester City. The way they play, in the position they play, they protected Harry Maguire a lot more than how he's been protected at Manchester United. He's got no pace or anything like that at all. So Do you think the reason why Man United is playing a double pivot is basically to help Harry Maguire out due to lack of pace? So basically people can get back.
I think we're playing a double pivot because our team's just not good enough. Like when he played at Leicester, he had Wes Morgan beside him. He had Danny Drinkwater and Kante in front of him. Now, Danny Drinkwater still played. He wasn't a defensive midfielder, but he was able to slot back into that kind of defensive role. So he had all that cover. And then he comes to Man United and he hasn't got any of it. So that's the only thing I'll say in his defense.
But can he play a high line? That's the thing.
Yes, of course he can. If you've got more possession in a different style of football, more possession. You just said about the double pivot, like that's some sort of protection. What protection is that? When we had double pivot under Ole Solskjaer, when Bruno's well ahead of the play, and there's no protection there at all. You've got guys, the teams are running through us, you know, like it was a train. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like over and over again, waves and waves of attack. There is no double pivot. Usually you have 4-man in midfield, or you have a shape that can compensate to get people in midfield. Look at Man City; they bring the wing backs into midfield to give you numbers. We're playing 2 against 3 sometimes, or 2 against 4 in midfield, and we're getting overrun. We wonder why, you know, because we can't keep the ball. So I agree, Pat Lawless. I'm going to snippet your last piece and put that together, because what you just said there was perfect. I was nodding.
I wonder why you've been nodding, Pat.
You got him.
When do I get my Team OMONDI shirt?
Exactly. Chang, high five.
Wait, hold on.
Right, Amanda, would you mind going through some of these comments? There's absolute tons of comments there. There's loads. Because I know Bath Time wants to go
getting
and
a
watch.
bit restless. Yeah, he's saying, Solo, do some comments. It's 10 minutes before some stupid show. Well, I love that show, but there's a lot of people in the house. Why there's loads of comments. Obviously, we're going to say hi to TalkMU. Josh 700, how you doing? Captino Core Talk FC. Yep, we will be talking about the captain, as you see. Cosman's in the house as well. Niall, how are you, Niall? Eagle-eyed football. Don't know what the crunch is about. The armband should be gone. He says, bath time. First comment says, do we actually think Ten Hag has anything to do with the appointment of captain? Or will we think, will we all still think we're at school and the geography teacher chooses? Matthew Bassett, evening. Delano Francis, good evening. How are you? Olakunle's in the house as well. He's happy about Nunez coming to Liverpool. Saragon says, Omondi, how are you feeling about Harry losing the captaincy? Don't know yet. HG Gamer says, Maguire needs to eat bench time and the armband taken away from him. Richard Herbert says, I won't even have Maguire starting, known to be captain. I'd rather play captain's effing bird's eye. Okay. Matthew Bassett says, I'll take the captaincy away from Maguire. He doesn't have the mentality to be a captain. At least he's giving a good example there why he thinks that. Saragon's saying, to be or not to be captain, give it to Big Dave till the end of the season. That'd be David De Gea. Barthon said, lads, in the teams you've played in, how was the captain chosen? Anyone want to answer that?
My manager chose my one. When I used to play, my manager chose it. How I did it, the first 2 years I ran the team, 3 years I ran the team, I chose it, and then they earned, the player who's been my captain for the last maybe 7 years, he earned the right to be captain and then earned the respect of the rest of the players. He was somebody who never let me down, who was always on time and always paid his money. So that's how I
always paid the money.
Obviously it's going to be different. But my thing was, he led by example and then earned the right to be captain, and nobody's ever questioned that. That's how mine was chosen.
Lawless.
Sorry?
Yeah. If you played in teams, how would captain be chosen?
I was more of a bench warmer, lads. I wasn't meant to play football.
Can I give you a quick example? This is why I don't think so. The current team I'm playing for is not a great level, but my goalkeeper's captain, and he's terrible. He's not a good goalkeeper at all, but he talks a bit, and it makes him feel good, because otherwise he might not turn up. And for me, he can't. He can say a lot of stuff at halftime, whatever. I'm just like, what's he talking about? You know, I don't visibly say that. So, yeah. But really, he's talking mess. But on the pitch, anyone can lead. We talk amongst ourselves. We're all grown men. Anyone can lead. I control the defense. I talk to people. Other people will talk, say a bit. It doesn't matter. So captain can. I think we have to establish what a captain means. Eagle Eye Football saying facts. Copenhagen against Albania. So that's what Mr. B mentioned about the celebration. Bath Time saying Mr. B gradually warning himself to accept McTominay is a natural captain. Emma K, how you
did you
doing?
see him against Scotland the other day? Scotland versus whoever they played.
Republic of Ireland.
Yeah. Emma K said, I would like a captain's group, a bit like Arsenal did, that could maybe build a team of leaders from the seniors to the youth and maybe unify the team as well. That's a really good point.
That work? Sorry, what was that one? A captain's group?
It was like a captain's group, yeah. Bit like Arsenal did, that maybe could maybe build a team of leaders. So basically, it's just encourage people to be more leaders on the pitch. So it doesn't have to be any. Most people can be leaders, whether so you can have 11 leaders on the pitch, sort of thing. Leicester's Morgan was captaincy standard, says Saragon. Bath Time saying it came out of the Super League stuff when Maguire's demanded Woodward come to Carrington and explain himself. Hi to Olakunle says, didn't Maguire post his stats for the England game the other day? Clownboy clearly hasn't really. Okay, Clownboy clearly MONDI hasn't really watched Maguire playing a red shirt of Manchester United. Bath Time say, judging for what went down in Greece, Maguire is elite level bar brawler. So Emma K saying Bath Time, okay, but I'm just thinking on the pitch, it's because it seems like they're fighting more than discussing, talking how to play, and should keep changing on who wears the armband. Shouldn't keep changing who wears the armband. I'm sorry, says Richard Herbert, but I think Maguire's overrated, overpaid, over-transferred Leicester City. We're laughing at us at the time, the amount we paid for him. Matthew Bassett say, Omondi, it's Gareth SHIT Gate who rates him. Blue Moon Ian as well as in house. He's saying, looking forward to Haaland versus Maguire contest. So, yeah. And Bath Time says, Sunday League captains are mainly about organising lifts, training, washing. And yeah, this is exactly right. It's a great point. That's so true. I want to say hi to Jackie as well, the first lady of Man United Agenda. She says, Anthony Herbert, now that's a show on your own. You versus Omondi. Yeah, that'd be great. Talking about on the pitch, I hope. Bath Time saying, Maguire's chat with Ten Hag will be about the player dynamics, morale, and what's gone wrong, etc. That kind of thing. So many comments. Just JR is in the house as well. You know, Garner's coming from his place, he says. And Vincent's in the house as well. Hi, Vincent. How are you? And yeah, we leave it there. We leave it there.
Paddy's in the building as well.
Oh, sorry, Paddy. Sorry, I missed you. How you doing, Paddy? He says, I've seen him live. He's not of the standard. Oh, Brush is here.
In the building as well. Big up, Brush.
Brush is saying, big up, guys. Big up to all of you guys.
Big up.
I haven't missed anybody.
So, guys, obviously, Harry Maguire. Who thinks, give me a 1 if Harry Maguire should be captain next season, and give me a 2 if you don't believe he should be captain. 25 in the chat, guys. Come on, let's get 25 of these 1s and 2s in. And also, remember, if you're new to the channel, give us a subscribe. If you're old to the channel, you know what to do. Just give us a like. So, oh, wow. The United Agenda already. I haven't even touched anything yet. Yeah, 2. Oh, wow. 2. -2. -2.
Paddy put -2.
2. Football United TV, Saragon is a 2. JR is a 2. Brush is a 3.
Brush is 3.
Oh, wow. Come on, get into the conversation, Joe or Bart. What is it, 2 or 3? Mr. B is a 2 as well. Matthew Bassett's a 2.
I think it's unanimous.
It's Omondi. We apologize to you now, Omondi. Sorry.
The agenda have spoken.
Yeah. Oh, Anthony Herbert as well. -3. Jesus, Anthony Herbert. I think Anthony Herbert want to swap Ben White for him.
Wow.
The most potent point that was made by Pat Lawless, to be honest.
Pat, you got a t-shirt, Maguire t-shirt now. With
take
Maguire, take your, what is it? Take your mouth away. What is it, Omondi? Go on. What do you say?
Keep Maguire's effing mouth. Say the name out of your
mouth.
Yep. And then Team Omondi.
That would be the new hoodie on its way.
Yeah.
Number 2 for the Lou. Oh gosh.
Right, guys, 26 in the chat, guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit a subscribe. If you're old, 28, we've gone 28 now. If you're old, just hit a subscribe, please. Harry Maguire, should he be captain of Manchester United? That was the discussion if you missed the first part of the show. The second part of the show now is going to be, how long do Manchester United wait for De Jong? Rumours out at the moment that Ten Hag have set a deadline, which on Monday will be kindly enough to tell us all about.
So Frankie is with an E. I didn't know this recently. Frankie's spelled with an E. But Frankie de Jong, FC Barcelona, are willing to accept £80 million. Not euros, I hope. £80 million. or is it euros? I'm not sure. Errol, I'll let you decide. Plus add-ons for Manchester United target. FC Barcelona are reportedly willing to lower the transfer fee for Frankie de Jong. Manchester United are said to be in talks with de Jong, with him being Eric Ten Hag's priority midfield target. According to Spanish outlet Sport, the Catalan club want 100 million in total, but are willing to accept 80 million plus the remaining in add-ons. It is important that Man United do not spend the entire transfer window negotiating the price for de Jong and neglect other important areas. A defensive midfielder should be the number one priority, especially after the departure of Matic.
Right. So yeah. So with that though, guys, it seems that Manchester United, and it's been a problem since I think the Glazers have taken control of Manchester United. Quote me if I'm wrong in saying that. But it just feels at the moment we cannot negotiate more than one contract at a time. And every time we go to do this negotiation, we did it with Lukaku, we did it with Pogba, we did it with Di Maria. We even did it as bad as it was with Fellaini.
Oh, that was the worst.
Oh, guys, we did it with Juan Mata as well in the January transfer window as well. It almost seems like we cannot negotiate more than one deal at a time. Now, I was going to ask a dumb question and ask say, who is it down to? Is it down to the board or down to... But of course it's down to the Glazers. And I'm going to go Pat. Pat, why do you think it takes United so long to negotiate a deal? Again, another thing, Fabinho, am I right in saying Man United wanted Fabinho and it went on for so long that Liverpool sneaked in last minute and just took him away within sort of... They announced their interest in him and within about 3 hours they signed him. Now, we've been... Nunes as well, we've been linked with him for the whole summer so far. Liverpool came in, swept in, took him.
Yeah, I don't really think we were ever in for Nunes. I don't think we had the money to buy Nunes. We can't help but we're the club to be linked to if you want a good wage. So if any agent out there straight away knows, okay, my player wants to go to X, Y, and Z, who am I going to link him to straight away? It's going to be Man United. He's going to get a nice high wage out of that, and then he can negotiate with whatever team he wants after that. I never once thought we would have been buying a Nunes. Like, the only one I can really see us spending big on this year is Frankie de Jong. After that, I can't see any more of our signings being 40 or 50 million pound signings. I really think it's only going to be Frankie de Jong's the one pinnacle signing.
On Monday?
Well, the reason it's taking so long, as we've discussed, and it said in the article there, is because he doesn't want to leave. He signed for Barcelona. That was a dream move for him. He's 25 years old now, and he'd be seen as a failure if it doesn't work out for him because he's been edged out. Not for footballing reasons, I believe. I think it's more financial reasons. I think he's a talented player. He suits them down to the ground, but it's just that they need to move on and try and make some deals which are better for the club, better for business. And they're prepared to let their top guy, top earner leave, and so they can clear up their wage bill and get some finances in to sort of bring in some other players, a few more players, and get the numbers in. So that's the reason why it's taken so long. Also, I think he's obviously he's come out and said he doesn't really want to leave for a team that's not in the Champions League. But as you see the quotes, and we're hearing it every day, there's always a story about Frankie de Jong. It seems like there is something there. And we've got to grasp onto that because it could be sooner rather than later. It was only a week ago that the top guy, Romano, he was saying it could be hours, it could be days, it could be a week or so. You know, so we just got to wait. I think we should wait until after the international break, which is coming up very soon. And hopefully in the next few days, we will see some progress with this, because it seems we got our foot on Barcelona's neck. We provide them with a suitcase of money, and they can't refuse. They're thinking about their options. And I've seen there's a little bit of pressure indirectly from Barcelona on Frankie to say, look, we need you to leave. You know, and when you get the hint like that, why would you want to stay at the club like that? When next season you're going to think it wasn't wanted anyway. You end up like Gareth Bale or Winston Bogart or something. And like I said before, it's a great example here. It's not a failure, because Dennis Bergkamp went to Inter Milan, and he went there after, I mean, there was Mateus, Bremer, and all these guys, and Voller ended up at Inter Milan. And then the Dutch guys went to AC Milan in Rijkaard, Bullet, and Van Basten. He felt, yeah, this is the next step. Italian football didn't work out for him. They didn't want him. They ended up getting Ronaldo next season. But he came to Arsenal and still was a great player and still made a name for himself and great Premiership football for years. You know, and he came back the same age as well. So there's still hope for us to get Frankie de Jong, who I think is worth the wage, is worth the time waiting just to make things right.
Mr. B, Frankie de Jong to Man United. Obviously, Ten Hag apparently set the deadline. OMONDI just said it as well. Obviously, with Barcelona, I think Barcelona made it very clear that they want him to go, because they've got about 4 transfers they want to bring in, and without him leaving, they can't register the players. And I think there is a time limit that Barcelona need to register players for as well. That's literally is very soon around the corner.
I mean, look, if that's the case, great. My issue is, rather than get the player early, the club are going to try and save money. That's the biggest too much. That's the biggest problem that I've got. I actually think that the club are going to try and say, instead of getting him in now, the time that he wants it, the time that Ten Hag wants to play her in, I think they're going to stretch it to try and save the money. I said, you've already said it. It's already been said in the chat as well. We can't do 2 deals at once, let alone 3 or 4. So I'm hoping that something has changed in that department, because if he doesn't come before Ten Hag is back, obviously he's on his holiday now, I feel that there's going to be issues before the job even starts. He's your number 1 target, and you can't get him into the club when the club want to sell him. The player now, I feel that he does what, in the beginning, he didn't want to come. I don't think he wanted to come, but he's getting pushed out the door, and you've got somebody there with open arms telling you to come. He's going to go and play for Ten Hag. I do believe it will be done, but let's not let it stretch the whole transfer window. You know, it makes it worse now, because we were linked with him before the transfer window even bloody opened.
It was like Maguire and Aaron Wan-Bissaka when it went on for the whole summer, and we paid the money that both clubs wanted in the end. And anyway, it feels like we've done that for the past 5 years.
And looking at it as well, because obviously, is it the rumor is that Fletcher and Murdoch has to have some sort of saying on the deal? So if one of them is saying, right,
Fletcher.
Does he have anything to do with transfer negotiations as well?
Bro, he's got as much bloody knowledge as bloody I have.
Yeah, but he will have some sort of say on it as well.
Nah, man.
I think he's only an understudy. It'd be more to say.
I'm going to tell you now, he's going to have something to do with your transfer as well. He will have some sort of say within it as well, because I think that the way, if I'm right to say, the way I've been told it's been designed, he will have some sort of say within the club as well about to do with transfers. So now for us at the club, it seems like we've been doing it for years, though, like you just said there, Pat, like with the Wan-Bissaka deal, the Harry Maguire deal, and all the other deals I've said as well. It's almost we do not have someone in the club or a team inside Manchester United who can actually sit there and say, you know what, let's go up, let's get this. It just reminds me of when Madrid came for De Gea and apparently the fax machine broke. I swear our fax machine getting broken every day. Like, you know, and that's the issue with Manchester United right now. We cannot physically get a transfer deal done and dusted. Man City wanted Haaland, bang, went, got him. Liverpool, Diaz, gone, got him. You know, they wanted a guy from Fulham. They went and got him.
Errol, you're saying, yeah, you cannot physically do that. But why do you think that is?
What it's the club's not structured properly. It's not run properly. That's why.
Good answer. Good answer.
It's not structured, physically not structured. As much as we're bringing in the Ten Hag, we're bringing his people in the club. That's just the middle part. If you look at the top part, the top part's not changed. Obviously, we know Ed Woodward's gone and a couple other guys gone. But then it's from above those senior management who then isn't actually carrying out what they should be doing as owners of Manchester United.
It's like nobody will take the situation by the scruff of the neck and make the call. That's what the problem to me seems. They probably have too many meetings, too many sit around at a table having discussions about it, and instead of just going, right, let's do it, go. He's who you want, and I'm hoping when Erik ten Hag comes back on the 27th of June, we'll see big changes. And now at the moment, I just think ourselves are just we're all a bit nervy because we've lost too many players to end the contracts and end the loan spells, and we're all like, Jesus, we better get somebody in the door. And that's what I think our biggest problem is at the moment, where if we had a solid team and we were just adding Frankie de Jong as an addition, then it wouldn't be so bad because you couldn't wait. Then you can go, all right, maybe we can get him next year. But the current state of affairs for us at the moment is we're desperate. Let's call a spade a spade. We need players and we need them now.
Yeah, and that's the thing with it, though, Pat. We need to get over the line because the issue we've got right now at Manchester United, it seems even Villa's come under the radar. They're looking for certain players, and literally they snapped the players. They've signed 5 players already in the window already.
Yeah.
But do you think there's an issue here? Because like you said, someone made a point earlier about spending big money. Do you think when we negotiate with other clubs, they think, oh, Man United are in, let's try to tease this out and double the bid? You said in the article, which I read out earlier from One Football, that one report said they'd take 80 million. And then another report in Spain started saying, all right, they're definitely interested, guys. Let's up this up. Let's up this to 100 million. This happened with Haaland, with Sancho. We were given a thing. They said, Dortmund said 120 million and you can have him. Knowing that it's like Man United, they wouldn't do that to Liverpool, for example. No, they would say, right, we just have to sell the player for the money. Do you think it's a case that people are playing with us because they know we've got the funds?
I think it is. It is, and it always will be at Manchester United, where the people who sit there, and it's the same thing with Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is not an £85 million defender. Wan-Bissaka is not a £50 million defender. He's not. But Man United, you got the British tax one, and then you've got the Man United tax, which is 2. So clubs seem us coming, and all of a sudden, well, yep, let's bump it up. Every single thing. We're going to discuss a young guy later on in the show as well, where we're battling with Crystal Palace to get his signature as well. So we're now paying a high premium just to get the player in, where the player, I don't know how much he's worth. I'm not going to disrespect him and say he's not really worth the money, but we're in a bidding war with clubs to make sure we can seal that. And I don't think as a club at Man United, we shouldn't be in the situation where we have to sort of pay bigger because we're making kids millionaires before they even kick a ball at Old Trafford.
Too soon. And the problem with that as well, we have to be really mindful now about giving kids this big money. Look at Martial, for example. You have to make people hunger, give them still the hunger to come. So maybe sort of come for the academy. Yeah, sorry, go on.
So you say that just one. You say that, but if you don't pay what the player wants, somebody's going to pay what the player wants. And I think this is the problem where United are at the moment.
But Mr. B,
pay a certain amount of money, but we also need the player in. So who's going to bend first?
But Mr. B, before we go, can we just Robbie is new to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Big up, welcome to the channel. Matt's not new. Matt's been around for a long time. Yep, seen Matt around as well. The thing with that though, Mr. B, do you see Man City doing that? Do you see I don't know, do you see Chelsea sort of doing that? Do you see Liverpool doing that? You don't, do you?
Well, City did do that at the start. Sorry, Mr. B.
Yeah, go.
City did do that at the start when they bought the likes of Otamendi, Mangala. They were pumping out defenders like they were going out of fashion. And they brought all these players in and they just got rid of them the following year because they were building a team. And now they've got to a point where they have a team built, and now they can afford to sit back and go, we could do a new addition here. Let's negotiate a price where we're in desperation mode, really. So we might have to do that. We might have just to snap up the best available players at the moment.
But again, this is my issue. We got Ahmad. We spent how much money on Ahmad, and he's on loan.
Yeah.
This is the problem we've got at Manchester United. Yes, we are snapping up the youngsters and we're paying a higher premium for them, but are they actually physically getting into this team? And the answer is no, they're not.
Mm-hmm. Well,
they're not. So it's waste. It's not wasting the Glazers' money. It's wasting the fans' money because the Glazers not putting a penny in their own pocket.
Mm.
So the infrastructure at Man United right now is terrible.
Okay. There's a lot of people in the comments having a lot to say about this as well. I don't know. I'm going to learn a lot today about all this infrastructure and who does what is their role. Should I go through a couple of comments?
Yeah, go on. I'm on there. Go on.
Right. Guys, I'm coming for you now, so make sure you're ready because here we go. Joe White saying Frankie would be great in the City team. So much, so many. I need to hurry up with the deal as Man City are a better club and in the ascendancy as with Liverpool. Sargon saying wait for as long as it takes. He's part of a double pivot upgrade. JR is saying Ten Hag is back to work in a couple of weeks. He needs to get on with his job. The board do this all the time. Jackie saying too right to set a deadline. It's nonsense. It's turning into a soap opera. Also distracting to acquire other players and plan for pre-season. KC Gamer said Man United are Snell, while Liverpool and City are the flashers in going for transfers. Emma's saying it's apparently because the Glazers have to look at it too to do whatever instead of trusting the people that they've hired to do the job. Sargon saying fax machine in Florida slows United deals down. It's the Glazer hierarchy. HD Gamer says we don't have the money to buy any player. To be honest, it's all in Glazers. It all goes in Glazers' pocket. Olakuni says Man United bid 120 million for euros for De Jong. This guy is in denial. Richard Herbert says De Jong has been given extra time due to lack of staff at EasyJet. Paddy says it will take 4 transfer windows for the other signings. Oh God, they're making each other laugh. Matty, how you doing, Matty? Football United TV. He says we moaned about players paying add-ons, and they have included titles, goals, etc. And I would be happy paying if that's the case. We haggled and we lost Nunes. Andy Herbert saying, let's be honest, Man United won't spend 85 million on the player, same as us too, as in Arsenal. JR is saying Barcelona are on their arse. Of course, they don't want to get ripped off, but man, it is frustrating. Matt is saying Barcelona have allowed Spotify rights to kit sponsor and stadium name. They are desperate right now. Olakuni say Man United making good second bid for De Jong because they haven't met Barcelona's asking price. Christ, you lot, any tier 1 journalists? He's getting frustrated. Hi to Mohammed. How you doing, Mohammed? Says good evening. Frankie De Jong says Take Your Gamer stories is like Big Brother TV show. Day 32. I'll do it. You can enjoy the action. Day 32.
Day 32.
Manchester United still trying to get a cheap deal for De Jong. That's a good one. Good comment. Bart saying, why can't Man United transfer team work on multiple transfers at once? Good question. Why are there no big teams expressing interest in De Jong? Can't Man United buy people like Kamara for free? The Spotify new camp says Matty. Aragon said deadline is built in Barcelona's cash flow. They will still sell soon this month, thankfully. Jackie saying Football United, I bet this halftime music will be interested with a sponsor like that on a playlist. We're talking about Spotify for Barcelona. De Jong is useless without ball winning a DM like Fabinho or Sangara that's from Bart. Saragon is saying the deals are primarily down to the head office in Florida. I'm just going to come down to Edgar. He says no, it's Murta and Boyle involved, maybe with the transfers. And as you said here, Matt Smith, like I said before, welcome. He says, lads, don't worry, you could follow Everton. It could be worse. Robbie Norman saying because Joel, as in Glazer, has to sign off everything. Do you think that's why it's delay? And Olakunle saying, JR, you're correct, because JR says the Glazers have the last word on things. I'm going to stop there because there's so many, but you can see the flavor of what people are saying in the comments, and we're getting a big up from Jordan as well. Yeah. Solo,
you're muted.
Sorry. Yeah. Apologies, guys. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We are the Man United Agenda, and we are a football fan channel. And as you can see, we read out your comments. Also, guys, remember you got Pat sitting down underneath me here. He's a member, and you do get to come onto the channel as a member of the Man United Agenda. What agenda I'm saying there? Wow. Okay. So let's go through to OMONDI. OMONDI, this one's going to be for you, sir, and this is going to be your favorite part of the show.
Why is that? Why is that? Oh, any other business? That's why. Yes. Come on, let's go. Let's go. I enjoy it.
There's a couple of bits and pieces here. So the first one we think we could talk about is the young man from Derby County who I was relating to about the rumor of us signing him, and we're in a sort of bidding war with Crystal Palace.
Okay, so this is a young prospect playing in the Championship right now. He's left-footed and he's a striker, stroke inverted winger, very skillful, got a lot of drive, and sort of reminds me of a slightly taller Amad Diallo. Man United says here, and Premier League rivals Crystal Palace are front runners to sign Derby teenager Malcolm Iwobi. That's according to recent reports from transfer guru Romano, who has claimed the 18-year-old striker could be close to a move to England's top flight. After enjoying youth spells with Chelsea, Arsenal, and more recently Rangers, 18 joined Derby County senior setup last summer. Since then, the talented Englishman has gone on to feature in 16 Championship matches, scoring 1 goal and assisted another 2 in the process. So he was at Rangers, where our Diallo is right now.
Yeah. So 1 second for Robbie as well. I got to put this up. He's from Dubai. Dublin. Sorry, I'm Dublin. Oh God, why am I saying Dubai? Sorry, Dublin. I'll take that one. Yeah, Dublin.
I'm from Dubai as well.
Oh, you're from Dublin. Is that where you're from then, Pat? Dublin.
Yeah, from Dublin. Yeah.
There's literally no word of lie. At the moment, this channel is going to be just everyone from Ireland. It's going to be everyone from Ireland.
We'll take that. We'll
take that all day long, man. We'll take that. I can open up some Guinness rum punch and stuff with them.
Do you realise that I've got the dogs, we got the Irish, and we've got the blacks? You know, that old saying, no blacks, Irish, dogs.
Yeah. Yes, we know the saying.
We know the saying on Monday. We know the saying. On Monday, obviously, you know a little bit more of this youngster. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and he actually mentioned it to me regarding Man United are very close in signing him. Not sure I know too much about him whatsoever, but you on Monday do know a lot about him, so we're going to let you take this away.
Look, there's a lot of talent in youth football, and like I said, he's done the rounds. He's gone from Arsenal, Chelsea, end up at Rangers as well. So a lot of these guys get rejected, and it's for a young guy. If you see, I mean, you must know some young talented footballers who are at academies, at clubs. They get to a certain stage, they think they're going all the way, and then they get dropped out. So there's a small percentage of players that actually can make it. When you really look at it, look at the players we've released this year. A lot of them are young players who just have come through and just, you know, end up having non-league careers and that kind of thing. So it's really crucial period, isn't it? And what you look for in academies, it changes all the time. When you look at the criteria, what they want from players. So for some people have different developments, don't they? So when he wasn't wanted at Arsenal, he's left, or he's gone to Chelsea, he's left there, he's ended up at Rangers, you know. So he's sniffing around and he's showing his ability. And for him at 18 years old to go to Derby and play under Wayne Rooney, that's a great, good thing to do, because not only did he get experience of playing under Wayne Rooney, who also was a great youngster as well, talented youngster. You'd think to yourself, well, Rooney would be the first person to endorse a young player like that, you know, and it's great scoop for him to come. 18 games in the Championship at that level. There's a lot of players like Garner, who's only 20-something now, who's only just getting Championship football and at that sort of level, you know, so it shows he's got something about him. And it'd be interesting to see now if Crystal Palace, who would be a nice move for him, because you think to yourself he'd more likely get games at Crystal Palace, or Man United jump in for him, because it's like you've got to be decisive. That's what we were saying earlier about transfers. You've got to take a risk on young players. understand what has he got, what is it about. And I think we've got firsthand, knowing, speaking to Wayne Rooney, he will be able to say this guy has got the goods or not. Because if anyone knows about young players being extra special, it's definitely Wayne Rooney, because he's probably the best young player at 17 years old, maybe ever, like Norman Whiteside, Pele, that sort of level, at that sort of age. You hear stories about him 15, 16 years old, playing against older age groups and mashing it up, completely destroying it, you know? And so he would know best. So if he's feeding back to Man United, saying this guy is very good, you should have a look at him, damn right they should. And let's see how much money they want for him.
Okay. So quick one here. Let's do this here quickly. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna hit the comments. The next one is on Monday. It's gonna be, I think it's about a centre back at Inter Milan.
The Dutch 30-year-old.
The Dutch 30-year-old.
Yeah, all right. So one football again. Man United have been linked with another Dutch international. With the Gazette of the Sport, the Sport Witness, this is reporting that the Inter Milan defender Stefan de Vrij is a player that they're considering making a move for. FC Internews have also reported that Chelsea have expressed an interest in the 30-year-old in recent weeks. So it could be an interesting battle between the two clubs.
I mean, can I just say something on this one?
Go on, Mr. B.
I just think this is one that our name's been linked to. One, his age doesn't fit the profile that we're looking for, and he's right-footed. Aren't we looking for a left-footed centre-back?
At the moment, Mr. B, we're looking for good centre-backs, no matter what foot they are.
I don't know. I mean, he's not even the best centre-back at Inter Milan. He's not even the best defender at Inter Milan. He doesn't top any charts. If they talk about Bastoni, then okay, fair enough. He leads Inter Milan and everything. Headers, tackles, ones, blocks. But the Stefan, I'll call him Stefan. He's third and fourth in a lot of the stats. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. I think that one's I think that's one a name link for us personally.
Okay. Anything on that one, Pat?
All I want to hear for the next centre half that we signed, I don't mind if they're a little bit seasoned or not. I want to know that they're not injury prone, and that they have experience. And what I mean experience is, I just want to know that they have a bit about them, a bit of character. Because Varane came in with all the skill sets in the world, and then maybe we might see more of it now when he's not as injury prone next year, hopefully. But I just want to see somebody go in there who's able to take the game with a scruff of the neck and go, this is what we need to do, lads. You do this, you do that. Get in here. It doesn't have to be a captain, just be an organizer. And that's all I want to see.
Yeah. Okay, and the next one on Monday is apparently I've been told not to say it though. Tommy Abraham. I've been told not to say it.
We all know Tammy Abrahams. He's another Chelsea youth academy player. So Man United could be trying to switch their focus to Roma striker Tammy Abraham as a transfer alternative after missing out on Darwin Núñez. The Red Devils are expected to target a new centre forward this summer, as Fabrizio Romano has previously revealed in the Court Offside column. And Abraham could be a tempting alternative after his improved form in Serie A. Abraham has left Chelsea for Roma last summer, having struggled for playing time at Stamford Bridge, and with Lukaku making a big money move from Inter to replace him as well. Now, however, the Blues must have some regrets over letting Abraham go, as he's been prolific in Italy, attracting recent links with Manchester United.
Yep. And I think Roma has put a price tag on his head of 120 million already as well.
So why did he leave Chelsea in the first place?
Well,
Because
I think if I'm right to say, is it he to be honest with you, at Chelsea on a Frank Lampard, he was doing all right, but for some reason or another, both of them didn't really see eye to eye. So he left them and he went to Roma, where he's now doing really well there.
Was it not down to game time?
I think it was, but he was coming off the bench scoring goals as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, look, but if he comes to Man United, he's not gonna take Cristiano's place, so he's gonna be on the bench for a lot more.
On Monday, 1 second. This is it on Monday. Go back up one. This is what I was telling you about earlier.
It's come off the screen there. It is.
So King Sate, sorry. He says, big up the panel and big up to you as well, man. Is that a West Ham top you're wearing? I don't know.
Look up Arsenal.
Okay, so he says, Omondi, brother, do you rate Maguire as a top 5 centre-back in the Premier League? what I always said, and I said, name me 5 better centre backs in the Premier League, and I said
I can
this in the
name you
season,
one.
and I said the season became second. So in the comments, guys, we've done this before. You know, it's just that now you're coming back to say, ha ha ha, look at you now. Name me 5 better centre backs to Harry Maguire in the league, and I'd have to adjust that now because they had a poor season. name me 10.
I can name Tyrone Mings already. That's better than him.
Oh, please. When I say better, not on par, I say better. And that's where you struggle.
Yeah. Hold on, before we move on as well. Sorry, I'm coming back to you as well, Pat, because I swear before I interrupted you there. There is also Peter Parker in the building as well. Just want to say big up.
How was work at the Daily Bugle today, Peter?
And we've got, before we move on Monday. This is another one. Ghana as well.
Yahuza Mohammed, how you doing, man?
Big up,
all
bro.
the way from Ghana, as we know. He said big up to you guys. He's watching from Ghana. The Man United board, never serious in the football aspect. We remain the same with the Glazers. And I do tend to agree with you. Great comment.
Yeah. And then we've got Andy Long as well.
How you doing, Andy? He says, going by time on the pitch this season, just gone. Phil Jones is better than Maguire.
Right, Pat. Sorry, yeah, it's all down to you, Pat. I don't even remember what we're talking about.
It was just about Tammy Abraham coming back to the Premiership is the equivalent to me of Lukaku coming back from Inter Milan, and he won't be able to cut the mustard in the Premier League. And it would just be like he'll just be moaning again, and before you know it, he'll end up back in the Serie A scoring goals again.
Oh, wicked. And then the next one for you on Monday, I think it is Anthony. The next one, I believe it's Anthony. I think it is. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry, it's gone.
Oh, so Man United are reportedly repairing a bid for Ajax winger Anthony. Ten Hag has reportedly said being seeking a reunion with the former player since he was appointed new boss of the Premiership giants, that's us, Manchester United. The Dutch manager has been linked with moves for Barcelona, Frankie de Jong, as per BBC Sport, and Ajax winger Anthony. The Red Devils look like they've stepped up a gear with their journalist, Mr. Konya, claiming that the 20-time league winners are set to offer the Dutch champions 43 million, that's 50 million pound, for the Brazilian international. Anthony joined Ajax from Sao Paulo in 2020 for 14 mil and has made 79 appearances in all the competitions, as I directly contributed to 44 goals in those appearances. That's very good.
And then another one we're going to do, the last one, I think there's one more.
I think there's not. Oh,
here we go. This is the one out of the blue. Man United and Liverpool are both monitoring Udinese star Simone Parfondi. The 16-year-old has made his Udinese debut last season, becoming the first player born in 2006 to play in Serie A. The attacking midfielder is already tracking interest from multiple clubs around Europe. That, according to The Sun, who lists Man United, Liverpool, Leicester, Everton, Barcelona, and Real Madrid as interested parties. Parfondi was recently invited to Roberto Mancini to train with the Italian senior side due to his exceptional talent and potential.
Okay, I don't know if there's any more. I think there might be one more. I think that's it. I think that is it. So, right, guys, Harry Maguire on the panel quickly. We've asked the go on.
Oh, no, sorry, no, just saying. I said name 5 better, and we got Peter Parker.
Oh, sorry. There you
go. So they're saying better. Virgil van Dijk, Gomez, no. Matip, maybe. Conte, Canate, Jones, City. See, it's a difficult one.
Oh, Monday, killed it.
We just talked about Anthony and Panfundi and all these other players. Let's focus on positive. With Eric Ten Hag's known love of youth, you can see guys like Garner, Lerd, McNeil, and others who you may have forgotten, given the chance next season. And who do you think could shine? I think Nacho and Hannibal, maybe, first of all. Niall Kane is saying, make sure you keep those likes up. Brilliant show. And remember to subscribe and share to the channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Oops. Am I still here? Something just came off. Yeah, my screen's something's wrong.
You're still here.
Yeah. Okay, so on Monday.
All right, yeah. So Dismal
hitting...
is saying, I'm glad we're going for Anthony and not Nunes. And King Salt said, that's 6 already. So we got Van Dijk, Matic, Konate, Diaz, Stones, Laporte, and Silva. That's 7. Are you saying they're all better, are you?
Guys, listen, 27 in the chat, and I can't believe it, guys. 27 in the chat, and we've only got, I think, 33 likes or 36 likes. Come on, guys, hit that like button.
Do your job.
And also, guys, remember, you can also become a member of the Man United Agenda as well. We've got the 99p package, which is, what is it on Monday? I can't remember.
So the 99p package, you only get to you get a mention, I think, maybe. Look, let's talk about the $2.99 package. I think Pat Lawless is a witness to that, and a great example. Look at him; he's on the show.
Money well spent, the money.
Thank you.
Come to agree with on Monday. That's why. Oh, brilliant. What's this, Emma?
Emma's talked to Andy Long, saying 100% maybe not them, but a few and some we haven't heard of. Talking about the youngsters, because Andy posed a question about what youngsters do we reckon will be shining under Ten Hag, considering he's got a great record of bringing through young players.
Brilliant. Guys, listen, 28 in the chat, but listen, as far as I know, tomorrow's Tuesday, we should be back tomorrow. So from us at the Man Agenda, Pat, where can we find you, sir? I know where we know where we can find you, but on Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter. Twitter, or you get me in the comments of the Man United Agenda. And thanks very much for having me on again.
Brilliant. So, guys, thanks to everyone who's been watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. We are on the road to 2K subscribers. So please hit that notification bell for us when we go live as well, guys. So we appreciate all the support, and thank you for all the comments and all the feedbacks. If you want the continued conversation afterwards, King, take it on Monday. We'll be coming in the after show on YouTube as well, so he can bump heads with you there about Harry Maguire. You're muted, Mr. B.
I was going to say, I said, light him up, King.
Yeah.
Light him up.
Yeah, that's it. So, guys, from us, good night.
Good night, guys.
Cheers, guys.